The No One Fights Alone Wig Sponsorship Program is a program that was developed to help our cancer patients that can't afford a wig. There's several that have a lot of expenses and they really just do not have the extra funding for a wig. And it's really difficult when they have to choose from paying an electric bill to buying a wig. So we developed this program to help with that. My goal when I fit a wig is to have them look in the mirror and still see their self, not see a stranger. I have anywhere from 300 to 500 wigs in stock. We have a fitting room for our wig service in the back of the Ellis boutique. The patients really appreciate the privacy of the fitting room. They can go in, nobody really knows what they're going in for. They can come out with a wig on, and a lot of times people don't even know that they have a wig on. They went in looking the same way as they came out. We recently hired a cosmetologist. She can cut the wigs. We can frame out the face. It's a great service that the patients have really appreciated. It's just that little extra that you're able to do. Cancer patients have lots of expenses. They have to maintain their current living, plus they have additional medication that they have to buy. So sometimes it's really difficult for them to choose what's most important. I was in the process of fitting a wig one day. The lady was nice looking. She was looking at this wig, really liked it, tried to figure out, what was wrong with it, if there was anything wrong with it. She really liked it. That looked just like her hair. And she finally says, after several hemming and hawing around, what her issue was. So here she is figuring in her head, okay, well, if I pay X amount of dollars on my electric, they won't shut it off, and then I can get the wig, or do I pay my electric bill? And that's not acceptable for me. People should not have to choose between paying their electric bill and buying a wig, which can help them heal better and faster. We've started the No One Fights Alone program to help people that cannot afford wigs. We can sponsor patients to get a free wig of their choice. $125 will cover one patient for everything that they need to care for their product. Susan was a coworker of mine. We worked together on the wig program.
Susan, Zorsch, and I met both of our first week at Mizzou. We are sorority sisters. We have been friends for 26 years. When I think about Susan, I think about her big laugh, I think about her big smile, and probably the thing I think most about is how loyal she was. She spent her whole career at Ellis Fischel, and I think that really speaks to that loyalty. Susan was passionate about making Ellis Fischel the best, and she did. She really wanted everything that could be available. She wanted to have happen at Ellis Fischel. It was, just so important to her.
Well, I think Susan had a real passion for the wig program. She knew how difficult it was for her to find wigs.
Susan did talk about the wig program, and mostly because a lot of us spent time talking to her about her own need for wigs. Susan was a 20-year cancer survivor. Well, I think even for Susan, and as confident as Susan was very educated, she, carried herself with, like I said, a high degree of confidence. But even in her own life, like I said, it was so important for her own presentation, and the wig was a big part of that. That was not lost on her, that if that was important to her, it was going to be important to other people. And finding a wig was a real challenge for her at first. She went to major cities.
And so she did not want that same difficulty for the patients of Ellis Fischel. And so she worked very hard in making this happen.
We would hear as the wig program developed that those services were changing at the hospital because they also let her get better services for her own needs.
She got to realize her dream and see what really the outcome of her passion and her dream and being able to help our patients.
Susan Zorsch passed away this last January. She was 10 days shy of her 20th heart anniversary. She collapsed from a cardiac failure, a major cardiac event at Ellis Fischel. As difficult as that is, one of the things that has always given me peace is that Susan loved Ellis Fischel. She loved the university. Mizzou and Ellis Fischel gave her life, and it is that loyalty to the university and to the place that she worked that always kept her from leaving it. One of the highlights of Susan's summer every year was coming to the gala. She talked about it, she looked forward to it, she loved volunteering for it. She would come back with stories about the talent, who she heard, who she met. She loved it. And I know if she was alive, she would be here, but I know she's here in spirit and couldn't be more thrilled that tonight they are recognizing and highlighting the No One Fights Alone wig program. Thank you for supporting Susan's vision for providing wigs for patients in need at Ellis Fischel Cancer Center.